we see this whole KKK movement going on with Hispanics. Most Hispanics aren't buying into it. And I'm not saying that in a patronizing way. It's true. Demographically, it's just not happening. Doesn't matter. It's a few percentage points that pushes us over the edge. So Buckley had the idea to overlay Google Maps of the counties that went red and that went blue. And then to overlay the only areas in the sea of red that went blue. Every sanctuary city went blue. This is the demographic warfare. Now, imagine in Mexico or anywhere else, if America was saying, send our people down there by the millions and then vote to turn it over to our form of government, they would arrest you. This is sedition. So, Buckley, I'm glad you found this. This is amazing. I'm going to give this to Don Salazar or Paul Watson. They tend to do the immigration beat, but this is stunning. What made you think to do this?
Well, you know, I was watching the show, and I was watching all the episodes of all the violence that is being caused across the nation. And we all know, of course, that this is all being funded by Soros and all the globalists that are trying to destabilize the country by influencing these poor people, influencing their minds and trying to bring the hatred up inside of them. You know, for instance, here in Austin, they blocked off one of the major bridges here, arteries. It took me over an hour and a half to get home. In fact, I just stopped at a coffee shop and just read magazines and drank coffee. But the point is that there were lines and lines of buses waiting just about 6 blocks away, they had brought these people and ready to spirit them away.
And they attacked police cars here, did a bunch of other stuff that were busted in. And again, I was about 3 miles from this and literally had people bowing up to me and stuff because I was white. And I was just like, man, imagine like a little white guy or a woman. I mean,
exactly.
I mean, I don't want to, listen, I got kids, folks. I don't want to hurt people, but I'm going into another mode now.
Exactly. I mean, the thing that this proves, though, is that this was not an organic uprising. It wasn't people that are sickened by some political circumstance, you know, and have a righteousness in hitting the streets. It's people that are bought and paid for.
Yeah, if people rioted in New York over the devil worship and the pedophile stuff, I'd be like, let's join them.
Exactly.
No. It's not we're going after the devil worshipers or people that actually did something or some child molester that got off. We're just randomly beating white people up.
Right. So as I was watching these videos and I saw all the usual suspects, I saw Mecha, La Raza, I saw the communists, I saw the same people that are always at the front of these groups leading them with the bandanas over their heads so they can't be identified. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, what is the driving force behind this? And really, I was listening to this guy who is a city councilman here in Austin on NPR yesterday, and he was talking about how he was so scared that Donald Trump was going to influence the cities that are right now allowing for all immigrants to just be here, period. I spend a lot of my time up here at InfoWars looking at metrics of all different types, whether it's viewership or it's marketing or sales. And so I'm always looking at different numbers, and I was going through a lot of the different maps from the election today, kind of reviewing different circumstances, and I saw this really dramatic map that just showed a sea of red that basically the vast majority of the area in the United States voted Republican and for Trump. And there you see it right there. Just, I don't know what the percentage is, but I would say that's probably 90% of the geographic landmass voted for Trump. Now, of course, we all know that people are concentrated in cities. And
I think your dead reckoning's right. I think that's right about 90%. In fact, I was seeing them say that last night. It's about 90% geographically. But then if you overlay the admitted sanctuary cities where they ignore the federal law and give the illegals all this free stuff, which then further bankrupts the city, but brings in more political control and then more federal dollars, if you look at it, it's every piece of blue in the sea of red is an admitted command base. And it's funny you brought this up because we were exposing Gen 21 a few years ago, and we got some of their internal maps where they were admitting they have all these triangles where they triangulate the blue with the red, and they have 5 and 10 and 20-year maps like the communists in China. It's crazy how they're going to bring people in to those and then expand like pieces on a board to then take over the states. And that's what I'm saying. It's military precision, folks. It's military dedication, military precision. And understand, I wouldn't care if we brought in 30, 40 million people from Latin America if they don't have criminal backgrounds and they're hardworking. We need people. That's fine with me. Great, wonderful. But this is just the reality. This is going on. This isn't about Spanish-speaking people conquering America. It's about coming in and being run by the Ford Foundation and by globalists like George Soros and being used to kill a birthright that if you become a citizen of lower taxes and guns and freedom and what made America great. And if you look at Hispanic culture on average, it's one of the most compatible systems of what the real culture is with Americana. In fact, you see Hispanics love Americana. In fact, everybody else is abandoning it. It seems to be Hispanics that are embracing it. So it's this juxtaposed of Hispanics that aren't in these brainwashing camps and ever go out and have a job and live or successful and love it, but the New World Order is totally betting on you to win and bring down the country. I'm asking, how do we bet on you to save it and be the future that you are? It's your country. It's going to be 70% Hispanic in like 30 years. It's yours. Are you going to let them con you out of stealing it and blowing it up? We see this whole KKK movement going on with Hispanics. Most Hispanics aren't buying into it. And I'm not saying that in a patronizing way. It's true. Demographically, it's just not happening. Doesn't matter. It's a few percentage points that push us over the edge. So Buckley had the idea to overlay Google Maps of the counties that went red and that went blue. And then to overlay the only areas in the sea of red that went blue. Every sanctuary city went blue. This is the demographic warfare. Now, imagine in Mexico or anywhere else, if America was saying, send our people down there by the millions and then vote to turn it over to our form of government, they would arrest you. This is sedition. So, Buckley, I'm glad you found